Hi there, I'm Grett O'Connor and I help people to look good on camera, not just look good, but sound good and feel good too. So if you're one of the many people who's had to learn pretty quickly how to use Zoom conferencing over the last week or two, here are some tips and tricks that might help you.
So the room you're in, you need to see where the light is coming from. So ideally, outdoor light, daylight is the best light you can have, but you don't want it in your eyes and you don't want it behind your back, because if it's behind your back, this is exactly what it will look like here. It's not good. And what's worse again, is that if the light changes outside, it gets sunnier, it gets darker, it'll affect the way you're seen on the screen. It's very distracting for other people on the call. It doesn't make you look good. So this is when I turned around. So the light was on my face here, so you can see it's much better. Not all of us can work in natural daylight. The room you're using might not be the brightest, it mightn't be the best. So I'm going to suggest you just use any light you can. Turn on all the lights that you have at your disposal. Put a lamp on yourself, turn on the main light, turn on anything that you can find, a desk light. Anything will help to brighten up your face, and it'll just make you more accessible to people at the other end of the line. So this is what I did here. I've got some lights on and I'm doing my best to show you that it's worth putting on a bit of lipstick and putting on a bit of makeup, because you will look healthier and you'll just look more alive. Now this is a very common mistake people make. They put the camera facing up, so the back of the laptop is pointing up towards the ceiling. So your eyes need to be pretty much level with the camera. So you need to move the top of the laptop down a bit so that you can actually see yourself properly centered in the screen. So this is a bit closer to it, but actually what I'm showing you with this one is that you're a bit far away from it. That gives the impression to people at the other end of the line that you're a bit disengaged, that you're not really there with them. Look how much better it is when you come a bit closer. You look more alive, you look more interested in what's going on, and this one is much better still. You're really there, you're really in the room with them when you're that close. So don't be afraid of the camera, come up to it, come right up to it and be really there in the room. This is where I'm showing you how to fix all the settings for your camera on Zoom. So if you look down there at the bottom left-hand corner, when you pull the cursor down to the bottom, this menu pops up. And if you click the little up arrow beside Stop Video, it shows you there all the different settings. And I want you to go into video settings. And when you go into video settings, this is what you see. It gives you all these options for my video. You see them there under my picture. So you can leave the widescreen alone, then you tick Enable High Definition, HD, you tick Enable Mirror Effect, you tick Enable Hardware Acceleration, and very importantly, particularly for us ladies, you tick Touch Up My Appearance. It just smooths you out a bit. It's nothing major, but it makes a difference, and you do feel better because you see yourself thinking, oh God, I don't look too bad there, I look healthy, you know. And then always display participant names in their videos. Yes, I would tick that. I don't tick Turn Off My Video when joining a meeting. Why would you do that? You have to show your face, you have to be there. Always show video preview dialogue when joining a video meeting. That's handy because it shows you just a quick snapshot of what you look like, just in case you need to, I don't know, take off your child's hat that you've been wearing or anything. It just gives you a bit of a preview as to what you're going to look like when you go on screen. So I leave that on. And then hide non-video participants. No, I don't say that, because if somebody's on the call but they haven't turned on their camera, their name will come up in a little black screen, and you just need to know they're there. It's important to know that they're there. So that's what I would do for all of those. And don't forget that Touch Up My Appearance one, it's very important. Then also in that video menu, that little up arrow that I showed you beside the video, you have a virtual background. Now the background I'm using there isn't too bad. It's not bad looking. It's not terribly cluttered. But if you have a background that you just are stuck with, you can't work anywhere else in the house and you have to be there, and it's a bit busy and there's a lot going on, or maybe it's just a mess and you haven't time to tidy it, you can choose a virtual background from Zoom. So if you look below my picture there, you'll see there's various different pictures. Now I put a couple of pictures in myself just to show you that you can do it. So if you click Add Image, you can just add a picture from your own phone or from your own computer, any background at all you like, and you can add it in. So this is a kitchen, for example. So I've added this picture myself. Now you'll notice that when you're using it, the edges of your face, like the edges of your frame, are a little bit blurred and they can wobble a little bit. But to me, it's a small price to pay for having the comfort of knowing that nobody can see the mess behind you. And sometimes it can be quite cheerful to see a picture. Like, for example, this one, look, this is a square in Macroom on a market day, and oh God, I can't wait for us all to get back to the time when we can go to the market in Macroom again. But it's a sunny day and it's summer, and you know, sometimes it's nice to have a picture in the background that's going to cheer everybody up, rather than a dark corner of a room or just a blank white wall. And so what I'm doing here is I want to show you how to mute your audio. It's very important on Zoom if there is noise in the house, and if the kids are watching telly or they're supposed to be doing their homework or there's a lot of things going on, it's very important that you go in and mute your audio. So if you look down at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen there, you'll see where it says mute my audio. The little microphone, if you click that, it'll mute it for you. And if you do need to say something, you can always switch it on again. But it's muted so they don't hear what's going on at your end unless you want them to hear it. And there it is, look, that's what you want to be doing. So you mute your audio, click that, and a little line comes down through it like that. And then you know for sure that nobody's hearing anything coming from your end, unless you switch it off, and then you're back, your mic is live again.
That's it for now. You can follow me on Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll give you lots more tips and tricks about how to look good, sound good and feel good when you're on camera. Bye.